Iain Lanivich.
What's up? I'm Iain. Now, if you don't know, you could spell Iain with one I or two I's. I was given two I's because I was born premature, and they had to put me in two incubators. One for me and one for my dick. Told my wife that joke on our first date. Probably should have been a major red flag. Yeah. Here we are, 20 years later, and I just got back from a work trip and a family trip. Now, on a work trip, everything's planned. But with a family trip, everyone's entitled to an opinion. My wife, kids. You know who doesn't get to have an opinion? Me. Because when I do, I'm the asshole. Didn't realize I'd be the only one who was excited to go see the Blue Man Group. So I get jealous of people that take solo trips. Did it once. To jail. Now, I'm not talking about an unexpected overnight stay like you might be familiar with, sir. I'm talking about an all-inclusive one-week trip to the Slammer for selling a $5 joint to an undercover cop at a Wiggles concert. It was like toot toot chugga chugga big cop car for all you Wiggles fans out there. Wife and kids were already inside, thought I was helping out another dad. I flashed my diaper bag. That's code for Dad's got weed. He flashed his badge. Obviously, he didn't have kids, or else he'd understand the need to get high before these types of events. It's a real bummer, too, because I had some damn good shit in that diaper bag. Literally. Fucking Wiggles. Nowadays, everywhere I go, I'm surrounded by pot smokers. Like the table back there, I can see. Read a study about pot smokers under 30. Did you know that 86% of marijuana smokers under the age of 30 have never rolled a joint? 80% have only purchased marijuana legally. And nearly 100% of us old schoolers think you're all a bunch of white-collar stoners. Make sure you wear your suit and tie-dye before you light up, bro. Have your hourly worker pack your bowl for you so you don't get your hands dirty. Now I know why you vape. Okay? Back in my day, if you wanted to smoke pot, you had to work for it. My dad thought I was taking an interest in his tools and workbench in the garage. I was out there MacGyvering pipes and shit so I could smoke. Building my own bowls and bongs. One time my cousin stayed the night and I heard a scream. I went running down the hall, turned the corner. He's got a swarm of bees attacking him. He's fine, but my dad was freaking out. Like, how'd all these bees get in the house? Well, it turns out there was a little circle cut out of the screen in the kitchen. Sorry, cuz. I kinda needed that to lay it in my invention so I didn't get shit in my mouth. Smoking pot as a teenager was kind of like going to trade school. There was an educational component. We learned how to transform pop cans into paraphernalia, convert bathtubs into bong tubs with a 2-liter in foil. And if we were nervous about getting caught, we would exhale through an empty toilet paper roll filled with dryer sheets. And we were unmotivated and not living up to our full potential. Give the pothead some credit. Should have been earning credits. Or at least a sticker, like scratch and sniff. We didn't have any maps or apps or billboards to tell us how to get it. We had beepers. She still has hers. Now every time I get in the car, all I see is dispensaries and lawyers. If the only information we had access to is what's on those billboards, we'd have everything we need to get blown out and bailed out. That's fucked up. Or brilliant marketing. So look, I'm all for the legalization of marijuana. But why'd they have to take the simplicity out of it? I used to ask if you had any. You'd say yes. I'd give you money. You'd give me a bag. That was it. No options. So I was excited to go to my first dispensary, only to be met by a woman that was younger than my daughter, speaking to me in a language that's only understood by chemists. And apparently pot smokers under 30. What is all this shit? Pre-rolls, edibles, topicals, Lunchables. With Capri Sun for added cottonmouth protection. And when did they start calling weed a flower? No offense to all the pussies in the room, but I don't want my weed to sound like a pussy, all beautiful and blooming. What happened to cool names like reefer and ganja and dope? That shit got you, pussy. Obviously, the pot smokers were not consulted on these decisions. I didn't see that on the ballot. You know how much play Dre and Snoop got for The Chronic? Would have been a whole different story if that album was called The Flower. If the G, it ain't nothing but a G thing, stood for gardening, I think we should test it out. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up, cause you know we about to dig shit up. All right, going good so far. Let's see where it goes from here. Give me the garden rake first so I can remove the rubble. Fertilize the soil so it don't get in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Just germinating weed and daisies. Mark Ridley's is the venue that pays me. Maybe next time. I'm Ian. I gotta go pick up my wife and kids from a Wiggles show down the street. So I'm out. Peace!